All right, so start that over down and hit the second one up. It'll be a lot easier for you for the. We're gonna call today. What was that potential title I gave you yesterday, Deanna? Something about it's gonna
It's
end with AI, but something about
launching a flagship product.
all right. So let's go with we're gonna put a bunch of commas in here. Launching high ticket products, comma. And then we'll go with building an effective brand for retirement, building an effective brand for retirement, comma, and setting yourself up. No, and just put and long-term success with AI. There you go. Shorten those words up. Now, Deanna, while I'm talking, you can put that title into when I'm done, put the official notes, the title into. You can change the title for whatever headliney, thinky title that we're discussing. But fast for now, that's what we're talking about. So I have a lot of things going on. I haven't said anything. What I'm doing right now is I'm pulling, I know, with one particular thing, trying to figure out how can I involve Phil and Susan, but that's a different story. I have to. Well, I've already built clout there, but I have to kind of same thing I did with Les Brown. How can I involve Tempest, Shannon, whatever, right? Did the same thing, same energy, literally same energy, just different, just different. And I'll talk about that particular agency, probably without mentioning his name, but it's very important for this conversation, as it's one of the things that I am launching. There are about 8 different Antonio things that I am launching that are important. I don't care if you think they're important. They're important to me, as in the second half of my life. I don't plan on being 100. I'm 42. I could comfortably die at 82, 84 with no problem. That's no problem at all with that. I do not want to be 100. If I change my mind, Jerome, it's because there's some new technology coming out I want to see, like flying people instead of flying cars, or I want the cell phone to go in your eyelids or something. I want to see that before I die, something like that. It'd be something like that, something crazy that I want to see before I die. You need today's lesson from me if you are on the second half of your life or shorter, okay? If you have every intentions on living a different lifestyle than you live now, and you want that lifestyle to include passive income only or mostly. Okay, that's you, Jerome. This is why I told her I'll teach today, because she's attempting to do this and she's got some things coming up.
I was grateful.
No doubt. You need this if you want to rebrand. Now, I don't have to rebrand. My brand is not messed up, so I don't have to rebrand. But if you're starting over, if you need to rebrand, then you need this. More specifically, if you're like me, and if you need to, and I'm using need to just because these are words, try not to high level of awareness that phrase. Well, I don't need to do anything. Just allow me these low level sentences, Grace, as oops, this is not an esoteric call at this particular moment. Allow me this need phrase. I know you don't need nothing, Grace. I know you are blessed and highly favored, but I don't know another phrase to say right now that's going to catch your attention. It's going to catch your attention. If you need, like me, now this is very specific to me, not to rebrand, but I'll call it glee bland, Glee. I'm not rebranding, I'm glee blanding. This means I am moving into a place where I sit back and twiddle my toes and money flows in. Glee. This is my glee. I just made up, Grace. It's glee blanding. All I want to do is travel the world and write books, but I can't do that without certain things in place. Everybody got it? I'm currently, I'm going to use this. It doesn't make sense, Grace, but I'm saying particular phrases to catch y'all attention. I brought in the travel the world too soon. Now I have to do things. You can't do anything too soon to make sure the money's in place. Because I don't unintend to get on lesser flights. That's not my purpose. That's not what I want to do in my life. If I die, I told you that before, I wouldn't die on a helicopter. Like I don't want to die on land. It's just not something. If I'm not going to go to sleep and wake up in heaven, then take me out dramatically. I need to make an impact, a big impact. I want you to remember my name. Makes sense. That's a psychologically broken thing that came from the trash can. Nobody remembered me, therefore remember my name. But remember the very thing that is broken in you, God's trying to use. She said her aunt died having sex. That is a great way to go. She let the Lord use her, and she died well. She died well. So if you're glee branding, this is, I'm the humor consultant. I like everything we've done. Honey, let's now do this to $10,000 a month coming in this account. That's petty cash. And then let's do this with whatever, X $1,000 a month coming over here without leaving the house. Some stuff like that, whatever their goals may be. You get it? Let's say right now, for some reason I become, I don't know, paralyzed or something. Then I would glee brand in a way that I can use that paralytic state to make money from my keyboard or something like that. So that's that. So I'm going to repeat these things. You need today. Did you write all that down, Grace, or did it? If you didn't, it's okay. I won't repeat.
Oh, because I didn't. I was listening to the.
All right. This is one of those ones you pay attention to. I know if you need to rebrand, which means that your brand needs to shift a little bit, you need to pay attention. If you need to glee brand, that's what I'm talking about. I'm 42. I plan on dying somewhere in like 84. That means this is the second half of my life. And I'm so strategic, Susan. I plan my death. Like, okay, God, this is what we're going to do right here. I got it written down in my calendar right here.
I've got a whole other third of my life yet because my family genes are the 90s.
Yep.
So I still have a long way to go.
So you got a long way to go. Long way to go. Yep, long way to go.
That's why I keep pushing and working so strategically. I don't like to say the word hard, but it is hard
right.
sometimes.
Yeah, no doubt.
But
so we'll say hard the first time.
Yeah.
That leads to residual income. There you go. Exactly. So if you're saying I got a third of my life and I want my life to look this way, today is the class for you. Today is absolutely the class for you, because at the heart of this, I am preparing myself healthily selfishly to only travel the world and only write books. And I don't mean travel the world and worry about bills. And I don't mean write books and have to worry about stop writing. If I want to spend all day on a chapter, or I just did this weekend. Okay. I just flew to an airport that I want to have featured in one of my fictional books. And I flew to the airport for no reason but to research this particular airport. That's it. Because it's if you read Cities of Solaria, it's near the area it makes sense when one of the nukes would have went off and I went through the airport. I genuinely walked, my health fitness app said I walked 13,000 steps just throughout this airport. I flew to this airport just to fly to this airport, just to research this airport so I could destroy it in my fictional books. That's what I mean by fly and write, or travel the world and write books. Sometimes you travel just to do research so you can write it down. So can y'all understand that the traveling I'm talking about has to be so stress-free I can actually pay attention to the things I want. All right, so we good then. We're good to go. So I have like 8, 9 things coming out that I've always wanted to do. And they're not things and they're not products to me. They are the finishing touches on my companies. It's only like 7 of them. I've decreased everything down to 1 company. So anything educational, I've completely disbanded and give away for free. Don't want it. Which now leads me to your first lesson. All of this is going to be against the grain. I do apologize, but it will be with a Deanna tone. It will be with a Deanna tone. It will be palatable and acceptable wholly unto thy sight. The first thing you need to do is you need to know what you want. This is the easiest, most common thing. Everything else you can't Google. You need to know what you want and then combine it all together. Like just get rid of it, give it away for free, or put it all together. Because you need 1 million products, but 2 companies. You don't need 1 million companies. You need 1 million products inside of 2 companies. You don't need 1 million companies. A great example of that is Amazon. Amazon has 100 million products in 1 company. That's 100 streams of revenue, 100 million streams of revenue. Everybody understand? Grant Cardone has what? 6 companies? Cardone Capital, Cardone Enterprises, Grant Cardone himself, his real estate. I have no idea. So I got 4. I have no idea what else he would have. Gary Vee has what? Vayner Sports, Vayner Media, Empathy Wine. If he has something else, I'm not sure. Oh, he's got his NFT collection. There you go. That's 4 the NFT, the V and Friends. Okay, if you're not catching what I'm saying, you need you to eliminate all the middle class stuff you have done. This is what I'm saying. You need to immediately eliminate all the middle class stuff you have done, give it away for free, or combine it into 1 company. The reason why I keep saying give away for free is just now lead magnets for you. I still do education. It's just lead magnets, Jerome. It's just lead magnets. I just wrote a 40,000 word book called Speak Their Language. It has over 2,000 or 3,000 sales objectives from empathy.
It is good.
I put my foot in that book. I wanted to write this. I wanted to print this book so bad, but my goal was to get away for free, and I just didn't feel like dealing with the print cost. I just didn't feel like dealing with the print cost. But it's a genuine 250-page ebook, and it is fantastic. I'll show you just a little bit of it. So am I still in sales, Jerome? Yes. Am I still in education and sales? Yes. But am I selling sales books? No, it's just lead generation. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? But every time somebody get this book, guess what I get, Jerome? Their name, their number, their email, and their physical address. And a lot of people are getting this book. Grace, is this being made plain? Or
Yes, you are. You are.
So I am doing my thing right now.
You are Habakkuk. I forgot the chapter and verse, but you know what I'm talking about.
2 and 2.
That's it.
That's it. Write it down. Make it plain. Write the vision, make it plain. Absolutely. This is the goal. So hopefully you all are paying attention. I don't care if you cut your cameras on. If I were you, I would cut my cameras on, but I don't care. You can do what you want, but I would take notes because I'm specifically doing this class for Deanna and anybody like her, because I told her I would. If you're getting ready to launch something that's important to you, this is why she's not teaching. I am, because I told her to be a student. I'll take care of it. I can't. I'm trying to port this book. Grace, do you have a copy of that book? Speak the
Yes.
language.
Yes.
If you can share it on the screen, because for whatever reason my little thingy is crashing on me. It doesn't matter how you should. You got the ebook version or the PDF?
Got ebook.
Yeah, the ebook is much prettier. Ebooks are always prettier, so I always do both. Should have called in for this. You sure should have. All right, so here's the ebook. Just go to the table of contents, Grace. It'll show us. See, it's 29. All right, so this speak their language, and then you can see it. The trust object. Just pick any objection, Grace. Just scroll. Just randomly scroll. All right, stop right there. Let's go to 133. I can't decide right now. This entire book is based on overcoming sales objections, not in the traditional way, but in an empathetic way. I understand that making decisions can be challenging right now. Let's explore how this choice aligns with your visions and your personal growth. It's a completely different way to overcome sales objections. Just let's go down to like 15 in, Grace, whatever number is 15. I have no idea. All right. Imagine indecision as a window of opportunity. Phil, how can we open that window to the potential for growth? Right. Just literally just all this stuff. And I think is it 20 for each one, Grace, or 25 for each one? I have no idea. 50 for each one. Sounds like I did 50.
Yeah.
Right.
50 for each
one. I did 50 for each one. So I took, I don't know how many sales objections. There's a lot. I took like 100 of these joints. I know it's over 2,000. You can stop the screen here. So like 2,000. And I acted as if I was talking to Sheena and her feelings were hurt. And I said, okay. So without selling Sheena, what would I say to overcome this objective? And it's a bunch of empathetic Susan responses, that Susan would do if she was coaching you. It's okay. It's okay. Come here. Right. It's a bunch of that. And it's like 50 of them and 50 for each 50. And I wanted to do that because you salespeople using gimmicks, you suck. Don't do that. Right? Relate to people. You'll be okay. So that's that. So there's a sales book. Am I selling that sales book? I sure am. Am I selling it for free? Sure am. But right now it's I don't know, it's about 100 of them that's already out. I haven't even started promoting it yet, but I built a whole website just to push the book. May I show you all? All right. This is how you do this. If you go to, is this the right? I guess this is it. That's not, yep, that's it. If you go to atsleads.net or don't, atsleads.net. There we go. Okay, well, I think that's the wrong site. Anywho, if you go to the website, there's a blog on the website that the blog has one purpose, only to send you to that book. That's it. So I'm writing all sorts of blogs about making money. And I think at the end of that blog, I then turn around and tell you, now that you've enjoyed making money, I have not sold you a single thing. Should you like to overcome sales objections for free? Here you go. Thank you, Grace. I'm over here tripping in these streets.
Which one is it?
My VPN. Doesn't matter. They all do the same thing. It doesn't matter. Like, pick one. It absolutely doesn't matter. Like unlocking the potential for lead generation for increased income. An entirely helpful blog. Okay, like, no sales. Just scroll down, Grace. No sales whatsoever. No sales. Hey, do this. It's one of those Antonio blogs, like full of information. And then right here, like, you see anything sales, Grace? Anything sales?
Nope.
Any sales? No sales. But guess what I do when I post a link? I attach that ebook link in the comments. All right, you can stop right there, Grace. Thank you so much. Do I want to be known for sales anymore? No. Do I already have a large sales audience? Yes. Am I going to disband that audience? Absolutely not. That's stupid. Why would I do that? It's crazy as hell. I got all their data. What I do want is, since I am both law of attraction and sales, might as well keep going. I just don't want to get paid for it. What I do want to do is travel the world and write. So I will get your information, name, number, email, physical address, sure will. And I will then see what you want and I will sell it to you. They missed it. That's okay. I have every intentions on this sales book to make me $1 million every year, even though I'm not charging with it. They're going to go somewhere else and give me $1 million. And I have that $1 million somewhere in what's called like a $5 bump. Don't worry about it. Just $5, Jerome. Just $5. That's all. Why do I want this $1 million stream of revenue? Because I need to eat healthy while I'm in the air. I need to be a part of, so I only fly Delta Airlines now. I finally picked an airline in which I shall be loyal to. Delta Airlines. Unless American Airlines, y'all want to pay me. And then, hey, I like y'all too. Because y'all like Crips and Bloods, and Delta and American Airlines like y'all too. Delta Airlines has, these airlines have what you call clubs that you have to have access to get into, Grace. You understand? And right now, I ain't got that access because I just got there. They got me messed up. So I need to get the American Express Platinum or the purple one. It's a purple one above the platinum, stuff like that. And then you go in and your food is free, your drinks is free, everything free. You sit in the club and you just wait. Somebody got to pay for that, Susan, and it ain't going to be me. I'm not going to travel poorly. That's not what I said. I said I want to travel the world and write. Then I've already looked it up. My private jet is going to cost me about $6.2 million. Point number 2. Do not, after you disband whatever your companies and combine them, I want you to get rid of every company that does not make that you have not built to make $1 million at least a year. Get rid of every company, start over, and bill for $1 million a year. No one cares about $1 million, Jerome. This is not about being a millionaire. This is about that $1 million vehicle is what we're going to work with today. That vehicle is going to allow you to enjoy that third of your life. No one cares about the $1 million. There's a difference between doing a conference and doing $1 million conference. Those are two different vehicles. They don't even have the same food. Some of y'all conference got donuts in it. $1 million conference, that's got pescatarian, that's got a vegan, that has some meat people. Like this, there is this clear difference in the food. That's at least 2 meals and the feng shui of everything. There ain't no bad seats in the $1 million conference because damn screen's so big you can see, even without glasses. No matter where you're sitting at. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a difference. So we're talking about the vehicle, okay? The vehicle needs to be different. What was number 1, Grace? Like disband and combine
Number
companies?
1? Yeah. Know what you want, then combine it and give it away
Combine
for free.
Get all that stuff. Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. You don't need it.
Antonio,
Yes, ma'am.
going to, participating in and going to conferences for all these years, those with the donuts and all that stuff, I mean, you feed people a donut, sugar, and then you expect them to have energy for the day.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. You see
No.
people falling asleep, and
Yep.
it's just gross,
Yeah, it
basically.
is.
And having the right environment, the food, everything in place, it just elevates
Yes,
the
it does.
entire day for everyone. And people that didn't eat that way, or the other things that are involved there, or think that way, they begin to start that journey right there,
Right
not
there.
after they leave. And
That's a good point.
it's just it makes for a fantastic day.
That's a great point. That's a great point. And I'm glad you made that point, because when Jerome is in the comfort, Jerome trying to change now. Jerome ain't ready to leave. Jerome is like, give me now. I'm fitting this into my schedule and my plan now, right? Like immediately. That's a great point, because there's the first rate people, as Phil would say, are doing that. Go ahead, Phil.
Let me give you the cliff notes. Great food will overcome a bad program, but a great program will never overcome bad food.
Wow. Well said. Very
There is
well
a
said.
I said that to a caterer in Columbus, Ohio, and he has that in his brochure now. That's the quote he has in his brochure.
Yeah, that is well said. I will keep that in mind for sure. The rest of this talk now is going to be how to build these products / companies. Write this down. Put this in the chat, like Deanna, so I don't forget. How to build these companies / products, comma, because I'm just going to list these things out. How to market these things, comma. How to build an audience for these things, comma. How to build residual income for these things. That's it. I'm going to cover all of those. If you put them down in the chat, then I won't forget 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to cover all those. The first thing that I would like you, so Grace, we're still on, this is number 2, but now I'm moving to number 3, but it's the first thing inside of number 3. The first thing inside, what was number 2? Remind me, number 2 was?
Hold on. Where'd it go? Get rid of every company that you have not built to make at least $1 million a year.
That was number 2.
Yes.
Right. So we're going to call that, let's call that build with intention. I need to change your intention. We need you building $1 million streams of income. And again, this is not the wooey fooey talk, let's be a millionaire. I don't care. No one cares. This is about the vehicle. Did you hear what Susan said? There's a big difference between a conference in which I'm trying to sell 75 tickets at $20 and a conference in which the budget, like if I don't make $1 million, Jerome, we lose money. There's a big difference. There's a difference between going to one of my concerts and one of Beyonce's. Do you understand? Like Taylor Swift concert and Antonio concert are not the same concert.
Antonio,
Yes, ma'am.
why do you think the Les Brown events, all of a sudden the food changed? We went there. Stu and I went there together, talked to them about it, and I pointed out what I wanted them to have. And vegan doesn't mean a bunch of junk,
Yeah.
that just isn't meat. So,
Yeah.
you saw how those meals were.
Yeah.
And they were pretty good for
No, they were top.
the budget that we had to work within. And that was really a priority.
It was 2 meals. If you was VIP, it was 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all had it down. Y'all had it down well. For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes
and they were healthy plates too.
Yeah. And sometimes you need to go there. You need to, I remember going into anything that we put on. You definitely want to go there and talk to the people and get to know them. And anything I was involved in, I would do that, as early as possible. Absolutely. Ahead of time. And then you got to go back. Even the staging, they want to put some weird little things on the stage, and you don't want all that stuff. It's distracting. You want just the right things on the stage.
Right.
There's so much involved in that.
Yeah, and the audio and the
Planning.
TVs, yeah, all
Yeah.
that stuff for sure.
Even the plants they put there.
Yeah, I
There's
remember.
stuff I went there and I said, take all that off. We don't want that.
Mhm.
And we started over again.
Yeah, I did great. Yeah, I did great. Especially by the time I got there, everything was top notch, fantastic. Top notch, fantastic. That's for sure. Grace, let's move now into. I wrote this down. Let's call this building products for your future and your brand. But these are loaded though. Future and brand are loaded, Jerome. For the rest of this call, I'm going to do those 4 things that Deanna wrote down, but I'm going to use me as an example. Your goal is to steal from me. This is okay. All right, steal from me. Now, let's break this down.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again? Building products.
For your future and your brand. So I need to explain this to her. I need Sheena to look out to say, what do I want to do with the rest of my life? And she said, I want to live in Barcelona. That means that every product needs to build and for her to be in Barcelona. I have no idea if she wants to live in Barcelona, but it sounds like something she would say. It absolutely sounds like something she would say. Barcelona. Like, where the hell do you get Barcelona from? Well, I know this restaurant out there. And she would say something like that.
It's a great place to be. Everyone should go.
See, there you go. I told you.
If you do go, I got a couple friends out there. They can put you on. One got a meditation school. So if you do decide to go, if that's really where you're going, let me know. I tell you can.
Jerome, I never knew in my life she actually been to Barcelona, but it sounds like something that she would have done. And I was right. There you go. It's just Barcelona is.
No, it's actually been a thought.
See,
it was a thought. Me and Lorraine talked about it like last week.
There you go. So now that we are on the same page, all her products need to go to Barcelona. In my case, I want to travel the world and write. That means I need a bunch of products that allow me, Jerome, to travel the world and write. That means I either need residual income I do not have to manage, or have companies in which I hire a president. There is no other option.
Okay, because I want to travel with D and do nothing. Ooh, just want to travel and have fun. That's what I want to do. I just want to have fun.
Nothing at all. Just
now I will go. Listen. Now, okay. Also,
talk to me.
Whatever it is, because I don't want no company. But I will go and travel. Whatever. If I need to go and I'm gonna talk about right. Grace, I need you to go to Barcelona and talk about right on leg. I got you. Come on, when we leaving, stuff like that.
It's fine, and it's not expensive because it's your customers' money.
Hello.
How could something cost too much when it ain't your money?
Okay. Yeah. Whatever, you be the salesperson, that's me. Okay. I love going to talk to people. Okay. Traveling, that's a bonus. Okay. Yeah.
I would keep you on planes talking to people.
That's it. I'm gonna take D with me so we can have fun because I ain't selling all day. Okay.
Fair enough. It's at this point in the call, I would stop multitasking. I would lean in. If you have the ability to cut your camera on, I would cut your camera on. If you don't have the ability to cut your camera on, I would be extremely vocal and make me stop in certain spots, because the more you talk, the more you're going to pull out of me.
So this call is for people like me too, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I think because everybody on here, with the exception of me, I can't speak for everybody, but I know I don't want a company, no CEO.
But that don't mean you don't want residual income.
No, that is what I do want. Okay.
I don't want to do none. I don't want to do none of that stuff. I've been down under the keyboard yapping. No, I don't want to be doing none of this stuff. I just want to be making that money, enjoying my life, because this working is ghetto.
Fair enough.
Just getting up in the morning is ghetto, and you don't have no joy. Well, I don't have no joy doing it. At least I look cute today, but I just don't have no joy doing this. I like helping people, but I don't want to argue with you to help you.
I know that's right. So if you want to be a spoiled and kept woman, this call is for you. There we go. All right, then we add that category.
What's the number?
The spoiled and kept.
Yeah, I need the number. Put it in the thing, Grace.
Okay, this is number 4, Grace. If you want to be spoiled and kept, this is the spoiled and kept section. There we go. The reason why we got to do this, Jerome, is I must know that the companies I'm building need to be controlled by me from a laptop or controlled by some third agency that's giving me money. And then I email keystrokes, commands, and somebody does the work. It's just clear. That sounds like Rhino Leg if I ever heard it. Just we'll come back to that though, because it's coming up. It's absolutely coming up. Yes, sir.
This is a public service announcement.
Yes, sir.
You notice I didn't say anything this morning when Deanna asked about the conference yesterday.
Oh, yes.
It was off the hook.
I appreciate you.
You was off the hook. Then you come back last night on Pat Bender. And boy, that was a grand slam. I get off the call. First of all, I didn't get to bed till after 3:00. Not because I did anything. I was in caregiver mode.
Yeah. Yep.
So I didn't get to bed till after 3. But after I got off of yesterday, I said to myself, I said, Jerome, you are very good at responsibility. You make sure this is done, you've done this. I was really looking over my life.
Yep.
This came from a conversation with my niece on Monday at her job, where they got them signed up for a program where they take care of themselves. And then they give them bonus and gifts and stuff like that. And she said one of the things that she realized she hadn't done was take care of herself. So when we got off the phone, I said, okay, Jerome, what about you? And I said, and I started looking in the mirror and saying to myself, what is it, Jerome, that you do that takes care of you? What is it that you enjoy doing, that you like doing? And guess what? I couldn't find it.
I feel say the answer should have been nothing. Me and Sheena just had this conversation 10 minutes ago, 10 minutes for this call.
Wow. Because I said to myself, I said, Jerome, your poetry goes back to when you were a teenager to survive. You morphed that poetry into writing books.
Yep.
So, that was the offspring of that. What else do you do outside? I used to shoot pool when I was a kid, but I stopped that, probably 19 years into the Army. And so that's something I'd like to do. I always said I wanted to learn how to play the piano. Okay. I'm going to do that one day, but I always wanted to play piano. But I really said there's nothing. I go home, I don't party, I don't drink, I don't hang out with the boys. I take care of responsibility. And I said, and I'm sitting there going, oh, F this. So what you did yesterday really brought me to the forefront that says, Jerome, you got to put yourself in a position where you're doing something that you want to do, that not someone else has given you, that you want to do, and then go to school or go on Google or go on Facebook or whatever and learn and go back to whatever and do that and then enjoy it.
Yep.
And I realized that that's why when I got up this morning, I said, I'm gonna be back on this call because this is what I need to do for Jerome. What are you doing for Jerome? So that's what I got out of what's been going on with ATS is what am I going to do for Jerome?
Right.
And man, so what you on right now? I'm bubbling inside because this is what you're talking about. And I told you I had to went to the shore and had that epiphany. All of this is coming into that. So I just wanted to say thank you, sir.
Oh. I appreciate you. Y'all mute your mic, clap for Jerome, please, because this is important.
Woo! Woo! Don't be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That is, because when he was talking, I was like, you know what? Probably the same person.
I mean, she was just talking about this 10 minutes for the call. I was just telling her how I gave her my 20s and my 30s, taking care of everybody else. And I'm not doing that no more. I'm only taking care of 5% of the energy in my life. Some people are in that 5%.
You're a bad influence on me. You know that, right? You know you're bad.
Some people in that 5%, some people are not. I was literally just saying, I say, so I'm reversing a lot of things that I did. And it takes a month, but in 6 months, I've done more than I have done in 42 years. I literally just told her that this morning. Go ahead, Law. I know you're at work.
Yeah, question.
Yes,
when did the shift hit you and let you know to move forth with it?
Yeah. There's two answers to that. They're the same answer. The shift was always hitting me. Stop doing this. That don't mean I listened. Can we keep it real? Can we, that's the real answer. So, Lord, you've already been getting hit with these little subtle soul responses. What you doing? Don't do that. What you doing? That don't mean I listen. That's number one.
That was me and teachers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so just so we're clear, you already been getting hit with this word. It was when I sat down in my alone time and I asked myself, why am I carrying people who no longer need to be carried? Mm, 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 mm. And what is it about me that doesn't feel worthy internally unless he's carrying people? We need to release this immediately. Am I helping you, Law? Am I? Okay. And when I realized, and I'm gonna tell you what it was, I was like, I didn't know the answer that came to me. It's like, man, as the people I follow, they're friends who work together. The YouTubers I follow, they're friends who work together. The rappers I like are friends who work together. And I realized deep in me, I have this longing to build something amazing with friends. Could have came from the trash can, could have came from cosmic design. I don't know. Whatever it is, I said to myself, well, since I can't get rid of that feel, I just need to choose different friends. And that's how we got here. That's how we got here. Now, I'm going to tell you the qualification I put on my friends. Is this okay? I have a whole different qualification on my friends now. Y'all not going to like this. This ain't got nothing to do with me. I pick my friends now, friends, in two different categories. If I look at you and I go, you know what? Susan has the ability to make me $10 million. I like Susan. That's option one. Can this friend immediately bring into my life $10 million? Yes. Cool. Y'all ready? Does this friend have $10 million? These are my two qualifications now. I said what I said. I'm not lying. Nah. I tell my dad this all the time.
I'm glad we friends.
If I look at you, you don't need $10 million, but I got to look at you and say, yeah, Jerome, Phil and Susan, yeah, they go, yeah, we gonna get this money. I got to look at you and say that. If I can't, hey, 95%er, I'll talk to you when I have time to deal with the 95. That's what I call them now. The 95%ers now, Grace. That's what I call them. You're a 95%er. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You're just in a 95%. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. So if I'm talking to you, I deem you $10 million worthy, or you got $10 million. And ever since I've been doing that, boom, which we're about to get to in a second. These are my standards. Antonio, you can't say that. Yes, I can, Sheena. Everybody else is somebody else's ministry. See, I did that for the first 42 years or first 41 years. I did my part, Prophet Jared. I'm not doing that no more. That's somebody else's ministry. And it's a bunch of people out there willing to do that ministry. I'm not willing to do that in my second half of my life, Jerome. You understand? Shit, I meant what I said. You judge me all you want to. I meant what I said. I absolutely meant what I said. That's for sure. That's 100%. So now what I'm doing is I'm only creating products that generate $1 million, that talk to millions, and blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't make sense. So now that I know what I want to travel, I want to write. This means, Sheena, I don't want to be in the office. This is crazy for me because I am Mr. Office. I am Mr. 20 hours a day, office only. Now, I want to see the office 20 hours a year. Like, when I go to the office, it should be a spectacle, Grace. Like, he in the office? Y'all better get it together, man. You understand? This is how I want to be. So here are the bunch of things I have coming out. Dates stuff too. Yes, sir. And plus how I'm going to do it. Yeah, go ahead, Private Jerry. You good.
Right.
The more y'all talk, the more you pull out of me.
I'm curious because Law had said something and you said it happened the way it happened was you already knew, but the change came. So has it came before mom got sick or after mom died that you said the hell with people?
When she was dying in front of me. When she was dying in front of me. That's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. It was, and it had nothing to do with.
I know that's not business talk, but I'm just.
It's absolutely business talk.
You know,
it was. God has a way of putting Deanna where she needs to be. In my particular case, my mom was in my space, and I couldn't program because I need a lot of room to program. At least I did then. So I had to write. So for that 56 days, all I could do was write every day. And Jerome told me, don't you come back to class, until you write. So I could do that, but just write and stuff like that. And I respected my elders. I did not come back to class. Right? I did not. I didn't want to get in trouble by Jerome and the ancestors. So I just made sure that I wrote. And she kept, at some point, she just got really excited about writing, just really excited about me writing. And that kind of stuck into me. But it was this feeling when you do something you're supposed to be doing, it feels like it. Your soul remembers that you're doing the right thing. It's not a discovery, it's a rediscovery. I guess I'm only talking to certain people right now. It's when you, it's that ring of truth. When you go, man, I'm supposed to be right here. That felt natural. I need more of it. I'm satisfied, but I really need more of it. And that's what happened. And sometimes people got to die for you to get that.
It's something about watching your loved one die in front of you. I don't know what it is.
Death is the great equalizer, for sure. Go ahead, Phil.
Well, that experience has been described as deja vu.
Yep. So right. That's the phrase I was looking for. Well, yeah, deja vu. I know this. I've been here. This has happened before. So I want you to get Law. Oh no, go. Come on, Law. I know you at work. You want to say something? Okay, I'm mute.
The doggone button wouldn't let me unmute. No, it's interesting that you said that because last night I actually slept until about like 5 this morning. I didn't wake up at 2 a.m. Like it has been happening.
Look at you
I did research.
Late.
I did research the 2 a.m. Situation, and it just kind of reiterates to let you know that your angels are watching over you and they got you to kind of stop worrying about what it is that you're worrying about, that it's okay, it's working out. I know there's going to be a couple of changes that's going to happen in the future for me that's going to be for the good, that I'm excited about. Can't release just yet, but I think that was confirmation when I woke up this morning because I slept at 5. I didn't wake up at 2 like the last 3 or 4 days. So.
No doubt. We'll definitely, Deanna's right. We'll see you in Houston soon because I can't imagine you not in Texas. It's just going to happen. Brahma Muhurta, or witching hour, is it's what you're describing. This witching hour. It's when the universe, when the earth itself is rising in a particular way, an hour before sunrise, an hour. The energies are just aligned to accelerate whatever you're doing. In your particular case, you either needed to be accelerated and your soul was like, get your butt up, or your soul was like, hey, you said, let's do this. So wake up. It's time. We're going to catch this energy, whether you want it or not. This was obviously what was happening, but y'all gonna win. Kicking or screaming, you gonna win. Now, it's your choice. It's your choice how you want to do it, but you will win. How you want to win is up to you. But remember, though, pain is going to happen. It's automatic. You want the pain of regret or the pain of discipline, but you will experience pain in this life. And it's up to you. I'd much prefer to smell well and have pain in my mansion versus have pain.
Because I ain't finna stink that. Okay, you gonna remember this smell. All right. Shoot.
Exactly. So the point of that is for all of you to know that I have built my life to where I'm going to put an Antonio in charge, or I don't need Antonio in charge. Is this clear? Please write that down. Antonio's going to put an Antonio in charge, or Antonio don't need Antonio in charge. We can't move forward if that's not clear. First thing on the table, December 12th, WonderCon, big thing I've been working on for years, 5-day conference it's coming. It's actually a paid conference. It's coming. December 12th through the 18th is when that particularly happens. This conference for me serves 2 major purposes, Grace. 3 major purposes, excuse me. I'll tell you about WonderCon later. Well, I'll tell you about it in a little bit. Major purpose number 1, Grace, is I'm looking for the wanderers of this world. This is why it's wonder, not W-O-N, but W-A-N. I'm looking for these highly connected, first-rate people that can accelerate and add to where I'm going. This is completely intentional. It's why it's called the Assembly of Wanderers. I am assembling wanderers, and why it's the Wanderer Conference, WonderCon. It's literally in the name. It's not even hidden. It's not even hidden. This is what I'm doing. My first thing is to gather a conference of believers that can accelerate where I'm going. Hey, go ahead, Phil.
And how do we get Hay House's email list?
Yeah, what a wonderful idea. I'm just going to write that down.
Believers in what?
Not church, not church. The think about it, star children. How can I collect all the star children? All the that's what wanderers are, at least where I come from. How can I collect all the Sheenas, all the star children, all the people who went to sleep and was flying in their dreams? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about.
How about falling stars?
Falling stars. I got to collect all those people because not only are they doing well, they're well connected as well. They're friends with Oprah and all sorts of stuff, right? You know, they have this retreat and beliefs that's not even being used right now. So I'm collecting them. Cash flow is the other one, Grace. This makes sense. I'm collecting powerful people and collecting powerful amounts of money. Duh. And number 3, I am branding myself as the new leader in things that are esoteric. Those serve those 3 purposes. It serves those 3 purposes. It just is what it is. You know, thumbs up. That's why I'm doing that. You'll hear more about WonderCon probably in a little bit of this conversation. Also, so that begins December 12th. Also, excuse me, and WonderCon is meant to be big. It is meant to be in George R. Brown convention centers. It's right. It's meant to say, okay, your ticket says you're in row 42. You know what I'm talking about, Grace? When you know, like and that whole section, stuff like like the network marketing conferences, like that whole section is meant to be in that whole section, stuff like that. Cool. Yeah, I get that. That's something that Antonio's going to show up to. But guess what I need? I need a event person that does that well. I'm not going to do it. Why the hell would I do it? I'm not going to do it. It's crazy. I'm gonna overpay you to do it. I'm not gonna do it. I need someone that's like, I need like Live Nation, like, you know, Jay-Z company. I need like Live Nation to run these tickets and stuff. I want to do like U2 concerts of Law of Attraction. Oh, the vision I got real talk. I got like musicians on stage, like some serious stuff. And U2 is on my list to do that. That's why I brought them up. Like, you know, have U2 open up for my Law of Attraction concert. This is the kind of things I'm thinking about, stuff like that. So it's huge, Grace. And then obviously it's way more than $1 million. Yeah, you're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, well, Sheena, when you come back, unmute your mic and you go. Also on December 12th, I'm taking my talents like I always do. And there you have it. Dimensional Shifts comes out December 12th worldwide. That boy sure can do an album cover, Grace. I mean, golly. This is
Dimensional Drifts.
Dimensional Drifts. Dimensional Drifts is Antonio's slam poetry album, 20 tracks. All slam poetry, like kind of which I heard Winfield said that's rap and poetry had a baby or something like that yesterday.
He said what, Law of Attraction and poetry? Something like that.
Yeah. 20 tracks, all me doing that thing. Go ahead, Phil.
Rap and personal development.
That's what it was. Yes. Okay, write it down, Grace. I won't forget it now. If rap and personal development had a baby, because that's exactly what it is. It's all high level esoteric. And I'll even give you out a track list today. I already got the track list. I gave you the track list right after this call. And I'm going to tell you how I'm marketing this. But this comes out the day of WonderCon, Grace. We're going to talk about that in a second after Gina. After Sheena question. Go ahead, Sheena. Apparently you're Gina today.
I might as well be, but because I forgot what I was going to ask you. Is there an event planner on this call? Do you have one?
Could be, but not to the level I'm thinking of. No. Yeah. So if you know someone that can help me sell out stadiums or coordinate this, you need one. All right. So we're looking for the same person. When I find one, I'll recommend it to you.
But when you get ready to do the Belize thing, call me, because I just sent like 2 people down there. One of them is actually opening a resort like tomorrow or the next day.
Okay, that sounds nice. I shall do that for sure. I should do that for sure.
And okay, you remember the one who was in Usha with me?
Right.
The one from Atlanta who was she is opening. She started a village in Belize. She took like 12 women down there.
Wow.
And they bought up a bunch of land, 12 Black women. They bought land in Belize, and they're having a little village. They're growing us there.
That's exactly the kind of people I'm trying to meet.
So they're there in Belize because, you know, that's where my nonprofit is. So when you get ready, that's when we send the kids to school from Belize. We have 22 now.
It's a big deal. Congratulations.
Thank
you.
That's
a huge deal. Yeah. That's a huge deal.
So we have to. We'll connect with that. Let me know when you get ready to do that in Belize.
Okay, it'll be sometime within the next 6 months for sure. Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Phil.
I have a very good friend that was in charge of the Visitors and Convention Bureau in Columbus. He retired, and his reputation was so good in the industry that Jacksonville, Florida's Visitors and Convention Bureau came to him and gave him an offer that he couldn't refuse. So he worked there for 5 years, and now he's retired, but he's a very, very good friend. So he's somebody we need to get on a 3-way call whenever you want it done. It's a done deal. Yes. He would know event planners all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great guy.
I'm looking forward to you connected us when the time is right. For sure. Melissa just asked me, how many in attendance are you trying to sell out and how many online? And I'm not sure, are you talking about for WonderCon or for, is that what you're talking about?
You said you needed an event planner that can sell tickets. Before I can say if I have someone, I need numbers.
Got you. I'm thinking let me not, I don't want to speak against my own law of attraction here. I'm definitely not starting off in stadiums. I have no intentions on doing that, but you know, God be doing God stuff. So I got nothing to do doing that. But to answer your question, I'm thinking 30,000, 40,000, 70,000 people. This is what I'm thinking. 70,000 people, 40,000 people. That just depends on the stadium. And, you know, I've said this before when I showed y'all. It was Joel Osteen that put this in me back in 2011 or 12 when I was interning with him. I want to sell out stadiums. I want to preach in stadiums. It's just not preaching in stadiums. I want to sell out Madison Square Garden in 30 minutes. Law of attraction. This is my mindset, and be the first to ever do it, because that would be law of attraction. This is what I'm trying to do. So that's what I'm thinking about there. Now let's go back to this album real quick. Grace, why would I do this? Well, first off, it just makes sense. For one, I've been a musician of some sort since 1996. So it just makes sense. Two, I am branding myself as the leader of Law of Attraction. So it makes even more sense that I would do this, Grace. Now, I'm going to read for y'all the track list for Dimensional Drifts. And of course, subtitle Saga of Source, but it won't be listed that way. Get rid of this. There we go. Card from Cosmic Dust. It's track 1. Whispers of a Vibrational Pulse. Track 2. Kisses of Abundant Attraction. Harmonic Rhythms, Discordant Blues. Evolving Echoes of My Yesterday. Selfish Skies and Biased Stars. Resistant Roads, Fluid Journeys. Emotions, Ebb and Flow. Unshackling My Soul's Chains. Sunlit Smiles and Midnight Hour. Feeling Good, Silence Roar. Tomorrow's Echo in Today's Ear. Magnifying Glasses on Phantom Pains. Rebirth in a Village's Desire. Universe's Pulse in My Veins. Where Deanna at? Because she always listens to Jericho. Where's she at? Skip my list. Oh, she off camera. Universe's Pulse in My Veins. Conversations with Cosmic Currents. Winds, Whim, and Mountains Muse. From Stone to Sun, a Cosmic Dance. Petals of Positivity in Paved Paths. And the last track is Blossoming in the Gaze of Gratitude. All those tracks, 100. If you, Grace, would you happen? Oh, no. If you don't know what it is, I'll show you. If you haven't heard me do slam poetry or what the album is like, we'll take 3 minutes so you can see. Try to listen to this so you can understand where I'm going, so I can help you steal from me. You need to know this because I'm going to give you 25 ways I'm going to promote this. So if you have a podcast like Always Becoming coming out, if you have a book coming out, you have a book series coming out, this is it. We're going to talk about it a little bit. Listen to this. The entire album is like, hold on real quick, Jerome. Let me.
While you're doing that, Antonio, yep. I just forwarded to you. Neil Donald Walsh is doing a e-seminar tomorrow.
Ooh.
And it's pay as you go. Pay what you can.
Like that. I might have to do that.
Do the pay. So that's, I just emailed you the information.
Okay, thank you. I like that.
I'm here to help.
Yes, you help well. I like that. So I'm going to show you, pay attention to the music because I'm making, it's a movement for me, Grace. You understand? This is not about an album. This is about programming people for an end result, not my end result. I'm waking up the wanderers, the star children of this world. It's like I'm like a vampire calling the vampires, that's been asleep or something. That's what Hollywood would do. You get it? That's what Hollywood would do. So I want you to hear. I'll strip this audio. I don't want y'all to see them. It may be a visual album. I cannot confirm or deny. Yes, that was You Catch Too Much. Okay. You catch too much. All right, here's what the poetry sounds like. The entire album sounds like this, just different. Once upon a twilight in a time neither here nor there, I was birthed by the universe, cradled in cosmic care. Emerged from a womb of creation, a bundle of dreams and despair. Steeped in a cauldron of stardust, my soul was as vast as it was bare. My heart bled compassion, my vision as fast as the sea. Yearned to be the lighthouse guiding humanity free. In every tear, every sorrow, I saw an opportunity to heal, to soothe, to bring forth unity. I traveled through time, strumming chords of change. My voice echoed through the valleys across every mountain range. But the world, it was a symphony filled with notes so strange. An orchestra of souls, each playing their own exchange. And in my quest to heal, to mend the world from its ragged seams, I began to lose myself, started unraveling at the beams. My spirit frayed at the edges, worn thin like a pair of old jeans. My dreams of a healed world now silent movie scenes. I stood at the edge of the abyss, teetering on the brink, staring into the void, into the cosmic ink. My heart ached, my spirit trembled, began to sink. In the silence of the night, I couldn't help but think, was it all for naught? Did my dreams hold any worth? Was I but a mote of dust in the universe's hearth? I cried out to the cosmos, my voice full of mirth. Have I lost myself, trying to birth a new earth? Then from the abyss a whisper began to rise, a symphony of stars, a chorus in disguise. Antonio, oh Antonio, it began to harmonize. You've not lost yourself. Open your eyes. You are the universe, experiencing itself. You are not just a book on the cosmic shelf. Your existence, your being, it's wealth itself. You've already saved the world by being just yourself. My tears became stardust, my sorrow began to fade. My spirit began to heal, my frayed edges began to jade. I realized the truth, it wasn't about the world I had made, but the love, the compassion, the connections I had laid. I was not lost, but found in the echo of existence. My role was not just to change, but to offer resistance, to hate, to fear, to endless distance that separated hearts, to bridge their persistence. In the grand cosmic tapestry, I was not just but a thread, yet without me the universe was as good as dead. I smiled, my heart filled with a newfound stead. I had not lost myself, I was the world instead. All right, so the whole album's like that. Okay, some calm, some not, some intense. Okay, you get the point though. Whole album's like
You
that.
should enter Bars Fest.
I should do what?
Enter Bars Fest. There's a battle rap thing in Houston like every 3 weeks.
And I used to be a battle rapper. Bars.
It was just on the 15th, so it'll be in like 3 more weeks. You should definitely enter.
Okay, I would definitely go. And then there you go. So I'm going to tell you why I'm doing this, how I'm doing it, the 25 ways I'm going to promote this particular thing, how it's going on the Secret to Success podcast, how I'm using it as commercials, how I have plans to have me at the NBA and the NFL, and how I'm doing the halftime show for the Super Bowl. But don't worry about it. Just know that these are all my plans. Go ahead, Prophet Jerry. Remind me to come back to some of that, Grace.
Okay, sir. Me, you, Pinky, and Grace need to talk.
Yes.
Because I need you to come up and meditate for the price. And for paying 2020, I need something like a minute before I come on. I'm back. I just got sick this Wednesday that I couldn't do it.
Oh,
so I need something with Antonio.
You need me to drop a 1 minute poem introduction. Got it. Got it.
About paying 2020, about something about my story, something about you are universe. So you know you'll come up with something. But let me know about pricing and come up with that. And maybe next week we could talk and see where I'm at in my budget that I got now. They did cut. I want to say this before we go back to the business part. They did cut me where it was 8 something. Now it's only 700 and something for my rent and stuff. I mean, my check itself was like 900 something. Now it's only 700 and something. So in a way, it's a good thing, and in a way, it's a bad thing. But so we're gonna talk about that another time. But let me know pricing and yeah, what we can do.
So what we can start that right now. What I would do for you is I'll do a killer 1-minute intro for you for the price of making a donation of any kind you want to the prisoners. Any kind you want. It's a donation of any kind you want to the prisoners.
Can I do that on the 3rd when I get paid?
You sure can, sir. You absolutely can. Just remember, I'm trying to help somebody.
I'm sorry, the financial advisor just said we got it, Antonio.
Ain't got to do with that. I'm trying to show y'all something. I am receiving his money. I did not say I would do it for free because I don't want to tell the universe to start letting me work for free. That's not what I said.
Watch it.
Okay, I just want to let you know I was not humble till I humbled myself out of my blessings. I need that to be.
Amen.
All right, then. There you go. I receive his money, but I want you to continue to get your gift, but I want you to give it to the prisoners as this is getting ready to become a hot time for them. And then they can watch a movie or two because August in prison in Texas is hell in the summer. Genuine hell. All right. So there you go. Go ahead, Phil.
To put a yin on your yang about doing that for free.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl acts are for free. The halftime show is for free. They don't pay the halftime acts. They do it for free. So some gigs are worth doing for free.
I know that's right.
Yeah. You decide it's picking the right ones is the
key. Absolutely right.
Or doing enough of them so then you don't have to do it for free.
Absolutely.
That's the other side of it.
That's the other side of it. If you do the Super Bowl for free, you end up making $80 million real quick. So yeah, he's absolutely right. Now let's process this here. Deanna, I'm talking specifically to you. You got 3 books coming out. You got a podcast coming out, all on the same name. So I want you all to hear this. I have this law of attraction thing because I just want to travel the world, speak and write. That's it. That's it. That's all I want to do. And from this, Jerome, obviously dropping an album that Black, white, Jew, and Gentile are going to love. Not a single curse word. With theatrical music as that. With complex topics broken down simply. With esoteric things. With my way of words. Let's not get it twisted. I am extremely gifted at twisting words together. So now you're talking about doing that in an album to where, that's why I got 20 tracks. Some of them are 3 minutes. I got one that's like 12 minutes. It's on purpose because it's an experience. Because I travel so much and I've been traveling so much. I want people to download the album and catch a vibe. There's a reason for this, because I'm programming people for a certain energy. Hey, if you like this vibe, come to this conference. So I'm gonna give you 50 ways I'm promoting this. It's gonna happen quickly. As a matter of fact, I'll just copy and paste them to you. Can I do that for y'all? I'll copy and paste them to you to make it easier for you. Is that okay? All right. I might even give you 75. I'm gonna copy and paste it for you. Okay, go ahead, Sheena. I saw your hand.
Nah, I was laughing. I was like, so you created an album full of reels.
That's it. I did. And not only
you created an album full of reels, you created an album full of master classes so that people could just listen to it repeatedly and then copy and do the marketing for you, because that's what happens with the reels. They take these master classes and they take little pieces of them. And that's how people tend to blow up on social media.
That's right.
So you just created an album for people to do it for you.
To people to do it for me. Not only is she right, can I push that further?
Please do.
The way I got it's orchestrated for myself is not only did I do that, but I got it set up to go on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook Reels. I'm not joking. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I have it to where when you do your reel and you search for a music, I'll be one of those musics you search for. That's one. Reason being, and Sheena hit the nail on the head with this, it's because I'm looking for this global movement. Remember I told Prophet Jerry, he said, man, I need some meditations. I was like, well, so I said, I want to meditate, and I do. First, I was busy, but the truth is, man, I'm doing it, but my soul wants to do something different. Yeah, because I want to poem out a lot of my meditations. Did y'all hear what I said? I want to have my meditations, my 7-phase guided meditations, 6-phase guided meditations rhyme. Because ain't nobody did it before. And they can't. I'm born for this. They're not. This is my job. Let's say it again, Sheena.
Those are spells.
Spells. But you're talking too much over there. Okay.
Deanna, stop letting them put spells on people.
All right. So this is what I want to do. Now, here are all the ways I'm going to promote it. Well, before we get to that, why am I doing this? Let's go back to Deanna has 3 books coming out on one subject, 46 different principles, and a podcast. Here's the obvious, Deanna. My podcasting commercials will feature my own vibe, my own dimensional drifts. Okay. I am then going to write blogs about these, Grace. You feel me? Okay. Hold on. Making a note. I just thought about something.
Oh, I'm listening.
Yeah. I just thought about something. I just thought about something. Okay, got it. I had one of those field moments, one of them downloads. I had to download. I had to write it real quick. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Real quick. Yep. So wait, what was the first thing you said you do? The second thing was blogs. What was the first thing?
Meditations. I would have said meditations. I would have said blogs. My own commercials. My own commercials. Why? Is this because I have a gift of poetry? No, but is my gift of poetry propelling this? Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. This is because I only want to write, speak, and travel. For me, it's just travel and write, because I speak all the time, so it's automatically understood in the travel to do that. I'm going to give you all my ideas. Is this okay? You are more than welcome to reject these ideas. But if I tell you between me and ChatGPT, we already came up with a plan for some unique things, you may want to steal these ideas. I give you my word. I will give it all to you. Y'all can thank Sheena, as she forced me to be transparent and full answers and no deflection this morning. Come on, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. You can't do that thing you do. I was like, fine, I'm listening. All right. And I gave her a direct answer, so I'm on the same energy. Sandals. Let's talk about this real quick. Jerome has 3-book series at this point. Jerome has. He got 3-book series. Right, that's just Jerome. Jerome needs to have something like a podcast pushing those books. In my particular case, I'm not going to start a poetry podcast. I'm going to keep it on Secret to Success podcast, but it'll more than likely be on my Law of Attraction podcast. My Law of Attraction podcast is where this is going. Do you? Okay, all right, you got it. All right, let's back up a little bit. So what is Antonio doing? Show you the album again. I must have closed it. Oh, there it is. Show you the album again. This time I'm going to keep this up. Here's the obvious. This is the obvious, Grace. Going into the chat right now. I will read them. Nope, too long. Okay. These are the obvious. Let's try this. Bam. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put it where some spaces are in there so y'all can pre-launch. Well, hold on. I'm not gonna be able to do both at the same time. All right. Pre-launch teasers. So this album is going to come with pre-launch teasers. I'm doing one right now. Exclusive pre-order offers. This album is going to go on pre-order by next week. Social media takeovers. The album comes out December 12, 2023, by the way. So I'm going to be taking over social media, but I'm going to take over social media as what Sheena wisely pointed out that she shouldn't, she's always catching stuff. I'm going to take over social media with these bars. Okay, I'm gonna take over social. Invite this guy to do this thing that nobody else is doing and can do. Blah blah blah. There's plenty of slam poets out there. I come from them. Slam poetry with this law of attraction. Okay, there you go. She was a poet too. This law of attraction tip. Well, this is. Oh, there you go. She said she started already. This is me. Social media takeovers, influencer partnerships. All of this, Grace, is comments. This is stuff you could have. I don't know if you could have Googled it, but you would have eventually got there. Okay, Grace, you would have eventually got there. Here's the next set of 4: podcast appearances, virtual launch event, collaborative performances, email marketing. Everybody okay with that? What's the next 4? After that, is the next 4: music video releases. See that? If you think for 1 second this is not also a visual album, you don't really know Antonio too well. Interactive listening parties, gonna do that. User-generated content, absolutely going to do that. I'm going to encourage fans to create content around these things. Virtual workshops. I'm going to stop my screen here real quick because it was very important for me doing this movement to have Black, White, Jew, and Gentile together. Because here's one thing for sure, Grace, that people like: excellence, good music, and something about this raised my vibration. And that has no respect of culture whatsoever. No respect of culture. Notice how the music is cinematic music. That is on purpose. Oh, that's very much. All 20 tracks is cinematic music. All 20 tracks are cinematic music that like, you know, that powerful cinematic music, Grace, and you go, man, oh, you know, all that stuff like that. That's on purpose. That's by design, Grace, because this is meant to be cross-cultural. Is everybody hearing me? Besides, you Black folk don't spend no money anyway. Everybody else do. Okay. There ain't no sense in me trying to build an economy off Black people. That's not gonna happen. I ain't even trying to do so. Well, let's just keep it real. There'll be some kids in Ohio talking about ATS, some stuff like that. Yeah. You know, like 50 Cent had people in Montana talking about G Unit, you know, way back in the 2000s, all in Montana. Who goes to Montana? But weather don't even go to Montana. Anyway, I'm sorry. Know that this is what we're doing. So if you have a book called Always Becoming coming out, Deanna, you should be creating a mass hysteria about it, an experience. And you say, well, I can't do poetry, but you have a beautiful melodic voice. To have a 20-track album that you got to go to your website to get based off each principle, I'm talking today. Did I give you the next set, Grace? Did I
I'm
give
taking
you?
notes. Trust me.
Okay, all right. I'm wrenching around, Grace. I'm wrenching around. Did I give you music videos? Yes, I did. Music video releases, interactive listening parties. Using. I said that already. Okay. Now, of course, because Sheena is a poet, we gotta have slam poetry contest in there, don't we, Sheena? It just makes sense. All right.
I would so challenge your theatrical music to my vibe. I so would.
And the crazy thing is they go together, don't they? Right? It's a great experience. It's a great yeah. It's a great experience. I used to win a bunch of slam poetry championships because not only did I have so a lot of people have the delivery but no pen. A lot of people have the pen but no delivery. I got both. So I would do the pen and then kill in the delivery, or just kill in the delivery, which would be just totally unfair. It's totally unfair. But you know what? Faith ain't fair, Grace. Faith ain't fair.
And I'm
Slam
not at all.
No. But you like slam poetry, though. You like that? Yeah. Yeah. Poets typically, like pretty much all poets. Slam poetry contest, press releases, interactive web page, partnerships, and spiritual organizations. Let's go now to the next ones. I'm giving this to you. Grace, is this me giving this away?
Yes.
Right. So if you have a conference like Trinace, all this works. See, people be like, my stuff isn't working. Your stuff is not working because you're not doing the extra work to stand out. Engage with fans, playlist placement. Don't worry about it. We're coming back to that. So what's playlist placement? I'm going to have it to where people are making playlists from my stuff off Spotify and stuff like that. Virtual tours, and then merchandise bundles. And then lastly, I don't know if all these are going to fit. Let's see. Yep, they did. These are the first 25. I have 50 more to give should you desire them. Just know, Grace, this first 25, I consider you could have Googled. Billboards and street posters, collaborations with, I actually got that from Sheena, billboards and street posters, collaborations with brands, blog features, physical album sales, album reviews. Easy. All that stuff to me, you could have Googled. Grace, can we act like Antonio now?
Yes.
Right then. Now, are y'all able to access this from the chat, or do I need to send this a different way?
Oh, well, I copied and pasted and put it in the notes.
Okay, so you're gonna give.
I got the first set. I don't know about the second because you got the picture up.
Okay.
Yeah, the notes will be at the fan club page.
Fan club page. You go to the fan club page. There we go. Go to the fan club page. Here's the next 5. So this is 26 through 31 or something like that. YouTube meditations. Virtual reality experiences. Uh-oh, Sheena. Uh-oh. I'm going off now. Virtual reality experiences. Treasure hunts. I'm going to organize online treasure hunts where fans can search for clues for my song lyrics, and I'm going to offer them completely exclusive prizes. 3D projections. Don't worry about that. It's coming soon. Art installations. Coming soon. Don't worry about it. The next, I don't know, numbers. Y'all gonna have to number this yourself. The next numbers. This all in the official notes or whatever, so you're gonna be able to do this here. Collaborative online gaming. That makes sense. That's my skill set. That makes sense. That makes sense. QR codes. I'm gonna plant QR codes in a lot of places. People are gonna scan it and get gifts from me. And I'm gonna make a big deal out of it too. And I ain't even talking about TikTok challenges and stuff yet. Don't worry about it though. You know, I'm from outer space and Milky Way up in my veins. Ooh, right? It's coming. Don't worry about it. There's a great awakening happening, and I'm going to be a part of it. Astronomy partnerships. I got the explanation there. Artificial intelligence, which is I already do. So of course I put that in there. Why wouldn't I, Grace? Makes sense. Okay. Why wouldn't I? I'm going to create them on purpose, Sheena. On purpose. Let's see. Guerrilla marketing. Obviously, that's Antonio thing for sure. The next, hold on. I'm going to do them one at a time because this is just too hard. It's too hard for me to split this so y'all can have access to it and read it because I got to hit shift enter a bunch of times. Jerome, you still stealing, right?
Of course.
Okay, good. There you go.
I have them all in my Word document right now.
Oh, we know that's
Duh.
right. And look, even if you don't know how to do it, what's stopping Trinace from getting these? Going to ChatGPT, can you tell me how to do this based on my product description below? You literally go at ChatGPT. I'm 50 years old. Here's the back of my book description. Can you tell me how to do this step-by-step guide? That was free game. Esoteric campaign, Deanna. Augmented reality app. Sculpture exhibition. Have artists collaborate to create sculptures inspired by my album. Ice sculptures. Tree sculptures. Y'all not paying attention. Interactive live shows. Cosmic Day. Where did that come from? Because the first track is Cosmic. The clarity. I literally was talking to Sheena this morning before this call, and I said, well, I have a cosmic assignment to you. Did I not say that?
Did.
Okay. So, okay. Cosmic Day is going to be, anyway, I'm not going to bother y'all with that. I'm giving it away. I'm giving it away. I'm giving it away, Jerome. Now watch this next idea. This next idea should absolutely get Sheena and Deanna. It should absolutely, if nothing else, it should get those two. Zodiac playlist.
Come on, give me a Leo playlist. Come on. Go ahead.
They're on YouTube.
You sure do. You sure do. You sure do. You sure do. Celestial Journal.
Ooh.
That's
okay. Absolutely wonderful that you said that because I've been researching all of the like celestial events that happen annually so I can put them on a single calendar for me so I don't miss any because I hate that I missed the Lionsgate opening. So yeah, I love that you put that there because yeah.
There you go. Celestial Journal, Escape Room, an interactive museum. Y'all. You know, I don't come, Jerome, I don't have no ideas half cocked. You know me. You know me better than that. Here's the next ones. Album auction. Themed yoga classes. The people I'm hanging out right now do yoga at 3 o'clock every morning. I'm like, that is too early to be doing yoga. I don't know what the hell y'all do. I'm not doing the yoga at 3 o'clock in the morning. First off, I hate yoga, period. Yoga is for real. Yoga is like intense.
It is something serious.
You gotta be a real man to do yoga.
Me and my mentees, we all do it at 4 a.m. Up off your ass and on your feet. Come on, let's go at 4 a.m. and then take a shower.
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
It's been around 3,000 to 4,000 years, so there might be something to it.
I know, right? Might be something to it. Board game. Already got a board game coming out, right? Board game puzzle book. I got that from Deanna. Literally, I was thinking about Deanna. I thought about a puzzle book. There's no way on a play. I've never thought about a puzzle book in my entire life. There's nothing about that. Maybe we want a puzzle book. That's not something I say. But
that
Deanna,
makes sense.
yeah, she loves puzzle books, for God's sake.
You forgot the coloring book.
And I sure did forget the coloring book. Cosmic Meditation Retreat. That's expensive, by the way, just so we know. Themed, oh, she got to go back to the window. Themed festivals. That's 50, Grace. Y'all ready for this? These next ones. I shouldn't even give y'all these. These are near and dear to my heart.
Antonio?
Yes, sir.
It's not expensive. It's premium priced.
Premium price. Thank you so much, Phil. That is what it is. I'm gonna say that from now on. This is premium price. These are for premium people.
Do you have pageants in there?
I do not.
You should.
I should. Okay. Grace, if you
and we spend a lot on our daughters. Jesus. And all of them. We'll give them all to the pageant people.
Okay, let me since I can't think right now, I'm gonna do a prompt real quick for ChatGPT. Repeat that include pageants.
And saying my daughter will be competing for Miss Teen Houston. So know that in January we will be sending out links for votes and all these other things we placed last year, but we will win this year. Now I had to plug Lorraine real quick.
No, you gotta do that. You gotta do that for sure.
Baby.
Yeah, do that for sure. Okay, so now I got. All right, so I got Pageants of Color book coming out. So y'all finna get 100 now. What's the last ones I post? Oh, I didn't post. Boom. These are near and dear to my heart, Jerome. I don't want to get these up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to get these up. I don't want to get these up at all. Geo coaching. Create a global scavenger hunt where fans can find hidden digital tokens linked to exclusive album content. Interactive billboards, pop-up poetry cafes. Interactive art mules. Watch this here. I'm Deanna, you know how I am. Deanna didn't know nothing about this. I keep all this stuff secret until I'm ready. Themed restaurants. Partner with restaurants and have a dimensional drift theme tonight. Or have a theme for one of the particular songs. And that one song could be Card from Cosmic Dust. Here today we have our Cosmic Dust macaroni and cheese. It has the, I don't know if you ever been to like LA, they have everything's named differently because it has
the Cosmic Dust mac and cheese.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes, have all the 20 meals and stuff. I'm actually going to do that. That's going to happen. That's absolutely going to happen. I was in Minneapolis and I went to this vegan restaurant, Minneapolis, and they had bacon because everything's plant-based. They had bacon, but it wasn't bacon. All sorts of, but they had names for everything. Grace, it was cool though. It was great. It was absolutely great. It was fantastic. Did I give you a theme restaurants?
Was the bacon tempeh?
No, I have no idea what it was. It was some sort of plant for sure, but they didn't know another word to call bacon, so they just called it bacon. It was like the one thing on the menu that had a regular name. Everything else was, something else.
Huh,
Floating album party. Rent a boat. Host a floating album release party. I bet you extroverted Grace will get on.
Yes.
Rent a yacht.
Rent a yacht. Thank you so much. You're right. Rent a yacht. Cosmic flash mob. And then here we go. Here's more. Now, y'all know when y'all see it's one with two S's, you know that's me, Grace. You know that's me. Virtual planetarium. Partner with planetariums. We got some in Galveston, stuff like that. Secret society, God doggone well, that's me, Grace. You understand? Secret society for the fans. You understand?
Why am I getting Are You Afraid of the Dark? You know what I'm
Nickelodeon?
saying?
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, I'm really getting a vibe from what you just said. I'm getting that vibe right there.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
That was my show.
That was my show. It was like Friday night or something like that. Yeah, I had to see that. Album art tattoo. Street performance. Themed pop-up shop. And then we go again. I'm giving it all to you, Jerome. Just make sure you copy paste. All you have to do, if you don't know how to do this, that ain't your job. Know how to do it. ChatGPT would know how to do it. Your job, Clara, is to put it in there, Put the thesis of your book or the thesis of the back of your book description to say, here's what I'm doing. Here's what my mentor said. Can you give me a step-by-step guide to change that to me? Here's my current skill sets. That's it. Meditation retreat at a premium cost. There you go, Phil. Thank you. I'm gonna overuse that. Premium cost. This is a premium cost for premium people. Interactive sound garden. Got that from Deanna. She don't know it, but I did. Create a interactive sound garden where fans can interact with installations to produce sounds from your album. Secret shows and cosmic bakery. Go ahead, Phil.
Premium price.
Premium price.
Get the PR vibe.
PR vibe. All right. Premium price. Grace, are you a premium person? Because this is for the premium people right here.
Yes.
So you are a premium person.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see that. See how I just flipped that real quick. Like, I'm damn right. I'm premium. Give me the premium price. But good. You raised my ticket average.
That's it. Because WonderCon, people get into these premium prices in person. Okay,
I made it cost a lot for that very reason. Don't play with that conference. That's why I did that on purpose. Mystical Mail. That sounds fun, doesn't it? Album art gallery, theme book club. Album art gallery will absolutely come. I'm going to do most of this in Midjourney. I'm not gonna lie to you. Do most of that in Midjourney. Absolutely. Theme book club. That's why I have not released my book club yet. Remember, I was supposed to, but I haven't. I did it on purpose. Album cover scavenger hunt. And then true to Phil and Deanna's fancy. The first one is for both of them. Astronomy night. Gotta love that. Theme medication podcast, which I'm just going to put on Law of Attraction. Interactive poetry maze. Thinking about Deanna again. Now, the last.
They do a lot of these things down in Miami and Fort Lauderdale.
Man,
we've been to quite a few of them.
Love it.
Exclusives on yachts and things like that. And then we attended one thing with Damon John.
Oh.
Yeah. And he liked me. He kept talking and hanging out with me. And I have a picture somewhere of me with him from that. But awesome. He was really cool.
Yeah,
he really was. And was really intrigued by what we were doing. Actually, then we did some work with him actually after that. A little bit of work with him.
Yep, absolutely. He's pretty awesome. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
We did work with Kevin Harrington.
Yeah, Kevin Harrington. Yes, we did. That was with Kevin. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, I just looked up. Oh, yeah, this is Kevin Harrington. Okay, just looked him up.
Good.
Yeah, he is. I've heard of him too.
But Miami has all those ones you were talking about. Every single one of them I've attended or seen about those high level. That's what they're all about down there.
Yeah.
Miami and Fort Lauderdale and Palm Beach.
Deanna, let's wrap up that particular project we're working on with Phil and Susan. Let's wrap it up before I get back on the plane. I know it's almost done. But let's wrap it up before I get back. I get on plane Sunday, so we're gonna wrap it up before we get on the plane. Cool.
Praise God.
Yeah, that's me responding to the email, Susan.
My brain can't keep regenerating. Seriously, I'm about to collapse from the.
Yeah, no, right.
Enough. I can't handle.
I know. I get it. I absolutely get it for sure. Absolutely get it. Album theme pageant, since Sheila just brought that up, and then coloring books, since Deanna just brought that up. Skywriting. That's pretty cool. Arrange for a skywriting. All these next 25 are ChatGPT generated. I just put in a certain prompt. Arrange for a skywriting plane to spell out your album. That's dope. Album theme recipes. I kind of brought that up earlier. And then this is a repeat. Album theme escape room. After this, I just got one more thing to talk about. But not only has today's class been helpful, But you got 100 ideas now for your new product that were just handed to you. Go ahead, Phil.
Todd Rundgren in one of his albums had a reply card in it. And it says, if you reply to this card, the next album will have your name in it. And you know how you can make pictures out of people's names?
Ooh,
you know, there's a picture, but if you look at it, it's just a bunch of people's names in the right way. So it sees an image. So the next album, you could see your name on his album.
Wow.
By the way, how's this going?
It is going good. I'm for sure I'm going to finish it this weekend because I've been reading it on the planes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is fantastic. And I'm sure glad you sent it. That's one of the best books I've read. Probably the best book I've read all year. For sure. Probably the best book I've read all year. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to talking about it. You going to make a part of one of the calls?
Maybe.
Fair enough. It's worthy enough for sure. It's worthy enough. Come on, Sandra.
First of all, just awesome. Just the magnitude. It needs
Thank
to
you
be
so
another
much.
word over magnitude that describes your work. But there's one thing I didn't hear, and I'm surprised that I didn't hear it because that's so
You cut out. You got to stop talking or you cut out. Can y'all hear, or is that me? Did I cut out?
No.
Yeah, I can't hear.
It would be clips, something about the eclipse, because that's something people rush.
Oh, there is an eclipse coming up. You're right.
So
Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
There's like no, you're right. There's like a once in a lifetime. It's like in June or something. Can you look it up for me, Deanna? Oh no, not. Well, you just look at it. It's like a once in a lifetime. It's like a total eclipse or something coming up or something. Yeah, I remember the last one. I had my kids out at the last one. That was like 8-9 years ago, though. But,
October 14th, it's going to be a solar eclipse.
Solar eclipse, October 14th.
It's a
Put that
Saturday.
in our calendar. I want to catch all that energy. I want to catch all that energy. I want all that energy. All that energy for sure. Hold on real quick. Okay. Doggone girl. Okay. The next ones I posted my album theme, escape room, spoken word theater, cosmic cruise. You know, ChatGPT is tapping into Deanna for sure. Holographic concert and an album theme workshop. Cosmic cruise. Deanna's been trying to get on a cruise for way too long. And then this next one, interactive scavenger hunt.
Cruise in December.
Cruise in December.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll have to find your person so you can fulfill your problem. Interactive scavenger hunt, pop-up art exhibit, celestial walking tour, virtual reality concert, astronomy workshops. And then this one, I like these. ChatGPT did a good job with this one. Themed adventure park, themed mystery boxes, immersive cinema experience, augmented reality tour, album theme meditation retreat. That's a repeat. I think these are posted. I don't think. Oh, well, they all posted. Good job. And these are the last one, even us out to 100. Interactive dance event, celestial spa experience, album theme craft fair, album theme poetry contest, album theme plant sale, and album theme board game night. That's now 100. Whew, we did that, Jerome. It's 100. I only had 75. Those last 25 came because I did not include poetry books or albums. So just a few more things real quickly. I've attracted myself to a very famous 3-letter agency, and now I'm top staff of this particular 3-letter agency. I haven't asked for anything, and I'm not going to. There's no need because I want everything. So there's no reason to ask for anything. Right? Why would I ask for something? I want it all. So since we asking for something, I'm ask too small. So I want all of it for sure. And they know it too. They know that about me. I want all of it. And what I'm doing with that is I'm taking the opportunity to do two different things. I'm already big. Now I'm getting even bigger. Please pay attention to this. I'm getting even bigger so they can fawn over me even more. That's strategic. Because, and I had one of them, I had one of the 3-letter agency people on the conference yesterday. And if I tell you, yeah, I have strategic, Jerome. You think I'm crazy? And they paid too. Don't get twisted. They paid. Well, they paid. They paid to be on the conference. But that was strategic. It was absolutely strategic.
Antonio, before you finish,
come on.
I just need to slide this in there because it's appropriate. Mm-hmm. You said, and I don't know how long ago, which would you prefer, to own $1 million or control $1 million? Antonio, I ain't never. And I said, you know what? That's the name of the game right there. Because if you controlling it, that means you can do whatever you want with it. But if you own it, then you got to protect it. You got to make sure nobody stealing it. But you got to go through all those headaches.
Pay taxes.
But when they put you in charge, now you control. Yep. Come on, man.
Yep.
I'm scared of you.
I had them on, and now I've positioned myself, Susan, to all of their weaknesses. I've positioned myself there, obviously. Now what I'm currently doing, so I position myself as invaluable. They can't even quantify my value. Now what I'm doing, Phil, straight out of How to Win Friends and Influence People in Any Other Wealth book, I'm making myself irreplaceable. I haven't done that yet. I'm working on that right now. As of right now, they want me to fly wherever the president flies. We'll talk about that at a much later time. But I don't even think I have an option now, Grace. It's been said to me 6 times without me responding. I think the 6th time I have no choice.
You're going.
It was, we ain't asking you no more, right? Type thing. And that's how that came off. I was voluntold I need more suits, and I got like 30 of them. Yeah, I need more suits. This was the last thing I was told yesterday. If you think for 1 second that, and they also, I can't even say that. I actually did say it. Phil caught it. I actually did say it when I give you a hint about some events you want to perform free. It was that thing. So I give you a hint of that. Okay, you hint of that one. They dropped 2 hints yesterday that I will be there. I didn't say nothing. I act like I didn't hear it. I didn't say nothing. I act like I didn't hear it. I'll send you a message, Susan. I act like I didn't hear it. Hold on. There you go. It's in your Zoom chat. Phil already knows what it is because he brought it up. Grace. I said to Phil anyway, just because. But yeah, he already brought it up. I'll be there. And so I'm thinking to myself, how can I leverage this opportunity? And almost every single thing that I'm doing is for leveraging the opportunity to have my albums and my books to millions of people because this person said, y'all gonna get this, you're gonna get it because I said so. Did y'all? Okay, if you know what I'm talking about, if you put 2 and 2 together, this makes sense. If not, it makes sense, but you wish you had that detail. That's okay. You'll get it by and by, is what old folk will say, by and by. You get it by and by. So preparing myself for all of this here, because this is 42 years in the making. This is 25 years working on one business, one brand, Jerome. This is 26 years overnight success. 26 years, it happened real 26 years quick. You understand, Jerome? Okay. So understanding that, I am building my brand and my future to launch these flagship products now because I have every intention, Sheena, on them being part of it. As a matter of fact, the last thing I was told was, if you need anything, please let us know. and we will put the blank behind you. I can't say what the blank is. I'll just send it to Susan again because they call it something. Okay, the logo. We'll just say the logo, but they call it, they call it the, I'll send it to Phil too, so they can understand what I'm saying. And they call it it's a logo, but they have a nickname for it. There you go. I spelled that completely wrong, Phil. There you go. The second one is right. I have no idea what the first word is. The first word doesn't even make any sense. Yes, sir.
While you're doing that,
the first word is a complete misspelling.
Just sitting here meditating with my eyes closed and try not to go to sleep to listen. Can that be done? Also with a donation for Crazy Weird News, talking about us three and our craziness.
Of course.
I already asked him about that.
Of course. And I have every intention on putting Crazy Weird News on the AOW TV as well. So I have every intention on that.
Oh, so you already okay. So okay. So what was the agreement to the donation for that?
No, you're going to donate whatever your heart and your budget can afford to prisoners. Just you'll send it to Cash App. And in fact, since I think Deanna's going to be more busy than me today due to some obligations we got with Phil and Susan. I think you're handling the bulk of that, right? I know I'm doing the one thing that's in my gifts. I think you're handling the other stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, send it. So you'll do better. Still send it to Deanna because she's more clerical than me.
Text me, Deanna. Your cash.
Yeah. Still do that. She's more clerical than me because I'm not gonna. And then what I'll do is, if you give me
2 weeks.
I don't need 2 weeks. I'm Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I'll be away from my recording studio.
Okay.
So what y'all see on camera is my audio recording studio. What's up?
Go with the 2 weeks.
All right, go with the 2 weeks. You give me 2 weeks, I'll go with the 2 weeks. We gotta listen to the boss.
The queen has spoken. The queen.
Yes, you're right, Susan. Yeah. You're right, Susan. And that's what they call it. They call it that. They call it that for sure. The last thing I was told, Jerome, you need anything. And then the president was like, well, I got to get to one of your calls. He's been trying. He's been trying for like 6 weeks now. I just have my 48 laws of power way of taking my time with things. Okay. Just taking my time with things. That's why they actually offered me to run the entire Houston. I don't know if I told Phyllis in that. I didn't want me to run the whole Houston. I obviously turned that down.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Yeah. No. Because what was more desirable was, he said, but I really want you working next to me. I want you. Okay, that's what I want too. That's
Antonio.
Yes, sir.
You can say, how about using Houston as a laboratory, some ideas, so we test them in Houston and roll them out nationally.
Not that I did not think of. Thank you. Yeah, and I
Hey, I'm more than just a pretty face.
I know, right?
May I ask Prophet Jerry a question?
Yeah.
Prophet Jerry, your answer can be, it's none of your business, but I really miss you prophesizing. I used to really enjoy when you would come up with your prophets, with your prophets, and
prophecies.
Prophecies. So is it none of my business why you're not doing it, or is there a reason?
Just haven't heard anything
okay
lately. It's
more when you're ready to start, you got some people who are willing to listen.
I know that's right. Now that
yes, sir,
is always good to hear.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Phil. So you're telling me get on my job and doing more meditations. That's what you're telling me.
I think he prefer you to hear you got people willing to listen. I think that's what he prefer. All right, wrapping this up. Give me back 5.
Antonio.
Yes, ma'am.
Also back with that, if they don't select some of the other options that you're wanting with the Houston deal and all that, the national deal, you could be on staff high-level consultant.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm doing based off of talking via text with you and Phil. That's definitely what I'm doing.
Right.
But
Yeah, I
yeah,
just wanted
yeah.
to keep that
no.
center and
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
come
for
up with a better name for that.
I know, right?
A
Yeah.
tagline before
Yeah.
the word consultant.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
think of it.
Yeah, we'll think of it for sure. And I've already mentioned you two in those circles. I've got some. I have some ideas. I have not expressed my ideas at all. I'm not going to do that for sure right now. But I thought you sent a message to Deanna that I was like, oh yeah, I didn't think about that. So I'm making sure that however we do it, you can do it from the comfort of Florida, right? You can do it from the comfort of I'm making sure of that. And it's not something I thought about until you sent the message when I was talking about Les Brown and Serena.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what we like to say is we've done enough traveling.
I know that's right.
We like to stay where we are and offer that way.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes things easier for us because there's so much going on that, we're doing so many things. It's easier to not do the travel.
Yeah, and the president is in your age group anyway, so he would even understand.
Yeah.
He would even understand. Yeah.
Well, the whole industry has changed. With 9/11, we had the live events just went down. So people thought when we'd come back, the live events would come up and the virtual events would go down. No, the virtual events just stayed up with the live events.
Yep, sure did.
Now they're about even. So it just changed our industry. I mean, just look what we've been doing with this. What we're doing right now. I mean, if I was in high school and you could tell me we'd be able to do something like this, I'd say no way.
No way.
That's crazy. You could never do that. And here we are having meetings all around the country whenever we want to.
Efficiently too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
More efficiently.
Yeah, more efficiently. You sure right.
People going back into the offices are not responding to. They're cutting meetings out. They're shortening meetings when they went back into the offices and started adding the meetings back in, taking up so much time for the day that they weren't getting things actually done. So they're going back to the virtual type because then it's less time for the people involved.
And here's a number for you. 72% of the people who are working now are looking for someplace else to work.
Yeah.
I heard that statistic. 72%. That blew me away. This guy's been doing 8 years of research, and that's where he's come up with recently.
Wow, that's incredible.
And most of them aren't going back into the office. They are still working from home and insisting on that because they're more productive.
More productive, plus it's more cost effective because salaries still have not gone up.
Oh yeah, and greenhouse, just the greenhouse effect.
Yeah, just that alone. I mean, you used to be able to make $10 an hour and afford to live by yourself. Now you need $100,000 a year to afford to live by yourself, and that's barely in Manhattan. And Manhattan now has the highest average rent, $5,400 a month. That was just reported last week. $5,400 a month is the average rent in Manhattan.
Yes, where they just had the Hawaii thing.
Yeah.
The average house on Hawaii, you ready? The average, 1.2 million.
That's crazy.
But the average salary of the island is 88,000.
Insane. So
what does that tell you? A bunch of rich people have homes there, and they're all working for them. Wow. Oprah's there and everything else, but that is a number to think about.
That is
the average salary on that island is 88,000, but the price of the average home is 1.2 million.
Yeah. And to drive Phil's point home earlier about virtual events and events and in-person events are about the same now. I was looking for the article, but I can't find it. But just yesterday, it was reported for the first time since cable TV has been out in the 80s or something. It just slid to where less than half of the households, I don't know if it was America or the world, are watching cable TV due to the rise of streaming. That's incredible, because cable TV is more ingrained in American society than cereal and Cheerios. Like, it is, cable TV is for real. Imagine not watching. Like, we all have the same story. When the 10 o'clock news came on, you was either be quiet or take your butt to sleep. It just depended on what age you was. 10 o'clock news was the demarcation of know your place. We know this. Like, know your place.
You better be in that house.
Man. But live sports are the only thing keeping the live TV going. But now the NFL Sunday Ticket is now a standalone service this year.
Ohio State football, they've got a number of games that are streaming.
Okay,
You see, those fans are going crazy.
Yeah,
I'm such a contrarian. Our kids was going to go to children's services and say that I've got child abuse because I wouldn't get cable. And then when I wouldn't get cable, so they were threatened to take me to children's services about child abuse because they don't have cable. So how they fixed it, Susan's mom bought it for them for Christmas. They busted me. You know, what are they going to do there?
You can't do nothing about it. It's a gift, right? You can't teach them how to accept gifts. For sure. What, Deanna, did you learn today? Did you get your sitting on? Position yourself properly. That's everything. At the very least, Jerome got 100 different things that he can do. This is for your flagship product. This is for any never been released product. This is for any album, any conference, etc. This is why Rhino Leg is. This is why I'm not taking my time around it. If you see ATS leads, that it's actually Rhino Leg. That's the AI generation part of Rhino Leg. I'm not taking my time. I'm just setting me, Phil, Susan, Jerome, those people up for success. I'm not going backwards anymore. I'm just making sure. So that's why. So when Rhino Leg comes out at $49.99, anybody in ATS leads, you just roll over for free. You're already paying $49.99. You don't pay again. You just go from leads to Rhino Leg, and then the next thing coming out would be the Rhino Leg Burn Chat, the messenger that's the encrypted messenger and stuff. That's a little social media stuff to it. And then once we get, and that has a paid service to it as well. I'll tell you that, write this down, because it took me a while to figure out how can I charge for a chat. Like, that's kind of crazy. How do I do that? How do I charge for a chat when chats are free and blah, blah, blah. So I had to figure it out. So obviously there's a free version with all sorts of great stuff. And then there's a basic subscription that's $10 a month, or here, let me just write this down. Let me just copy and paste this to y'all. You're paying for the encryption, the privacy, and all sorts of stuff. But I got a bunch of stuff added to it extra. But here it is though. Rhino Burn Chat is you get a limited version with basic encryption, self-destructing messages available to individual users. That's free. Just whatever you think Messenger is, invented the video call stuff, like whatever you think Messenger, WhatsApp is, that's all free. They're free. Even you pay for WhatsApp if you want a business version. If you want to pay, there's a free trial, 30-day free trial. And then there's a basic subscription, $10, $100 a year. Then there's a pro subscription, $50 a month, $500 a year. There's an enterprise subscription, $200, $2,000 a year. And then there's a partnership model in which we build something specifically to you. Once we get, Susan, I think it was 1,000 HSD customers, maybe I'll be leaning on that number. But then once we get another 1,000 or something for the Burn Chat, then we release the whole thing. There's two main reasons why I'm doing it. One, salaries. I'm not playing no more games about that. Just not happening. It just ain't happening. It's not in my spirit. Number one. Number two is a lot of artificial intelligence. I have to train these models. So I need data. So I'm splitting a few things up. The features I know people are going to love, and splitting up and training those models. And then you just kind of roll right over. So if you're paying for any of these things that came out first, you just get grandfathered into the actual Rhino Leg, because I'm treating it like Amazon Prime. One fee, all these things are additional and extra for you. So maybe some of y'all want to copy and paste that model, put it to your own, do what you do, doesn't matter to me. I'm just rushing to a close so you can have that. So that's that. Let me go back to my original note, make sure I didn't get anything I wanted to forget. Boom, here we go. Okay, that's it. Get Hay House emails. That was something Phil said at the beginning. So okay, so I'm done now. Everything on my list, my little crappy list here, is completely finished. Chef Jay, this is about taking your chefing to $1 million chefing without you spending, like without you having 1 million clients or 100,000 clients. That's the goal. It's okay to be a millionaire, but if you can't walk away from it and can't continue to be a millionaire, then you're not a millionaire. You're a highly committed and self-employed person that if you get sick, you lose everything. We don't want to do that no more. Like, we absolutely don't want to do that. We want Susan running $1 million meetings from the kitchen. Like, this is the kind of life that we want to. I mean, like kitchen seated in the background. I don't mean like a woman belongs in the kitchen. I got to be careful with that. Right? I gotta be careful with that. I just meant a good background, tall chairs is all I meant. That's all I meant. Chairs are typically called taller in the kitchen.
A boardroom.
A boardroom. There you go. Right. Yeah, something like that, to where you can use the technology and do it there. As for me, since I want to travel and just do that, I know I have to build technological things, albums that bring in residuals, books that bring in residuals, companies like Rhino Leg, that programmers and salespeople are more important than anything else. Programming for upgrading, salespeople to go get money, and then you can hire some COO president to run that, and I can go off and gallivant somewhere and do all that stuff like that. That's it for me. Deanna, did you have anything? Because I did this for you in learning. Is today Friday?
No, I am excited. Today is Friday.
All right, today is Friday. So we will see you all Monday. Deanna would be back at the helm again, as I would be in probably Minnesota. I know it'd be Minnesota. I don't know what city it'll be in, but I'll be there until Tuesday. And but I'll probably jump on class. I got my little tablet with me, unless I'm in a meeting, but that's a whole different thing. This Monday, I had my first official meeting with that organization, in which I was calling some shots. I had my first official meeting there. And of course, I'm sure I was being tested, but apparently I passed with flying colors, because now I'm getting a bunch of information now, Susan. First it was like, now I'm getting all the information on you and me now and stuff like that. So got to go to a golf tournament and chop some grass poorly.
Oh, okay. So you playing. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm playing. I got a little, I putt very well. My driving is terrible. I need to get some lessons from Phil. My driving is terrible. Terrible.
Well, here are my 3 golf tips.
Yes, please.
Number 1, for 2 years, don't keep score.
Okay.
Don't worry about the score. Your job is, when the club hits the ball, it's square to the ball, so the ball goes straight. Whether you judge the wind right, whether you judge the distance right, whether you pick the right clubs, doesn't make any difference. Just club head square to the ball goes straight for 2 years. Number 2, learn the game backwards. First, learn how to putt. Then learn how to chip. Then learn how to pitch. Then use your 9-iron, 8-iron, 7-iron, because the driver is the hardest club to hit. So what do most people do? They start training with the driver. What are you trying to do? Drive yourself nuts? And then the final tip is, remember, it's a ballet. It's not chopping wood. It's a ballet. It's not chopping wood. So it's a great game. You'll probably be a scramble anyway. You're probably playing this. If it's an outing, a scramble is everybody hits and you go to the best ball, and then everybody hits from there.
Oh, sweet. I'll take that, because it'll be 17 hits per hole with me. That's not even on the list, Grace. That's like, yeah, this guy's going to cost a lot.
You haven't played it. How long have you played? You haven't played in how long?
I haven't played in 6 years for sure.
Yeah, just so tell the foursome you're with that. They'll understand.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't played in 6 years for sure, because there's a huge popular golf thing down here in this area, because I think that's technically the mark. It's Mark's old rule. There's this huge 18-hole. It's huge and it's very popular. Now you might get a crocodile across the street, when you go to it, but it's very, very popular. And even when the president has to come down to this area, he plays over there. It's huge. It's a big deal because there's nothing in Lamarck, Texas, Susan, but golf and farmers markets. There's nothing else. Literally, the main street is called FM 1765. Farmers Market is what FM stands for. There's nothing else here.
By the way, Antonio, go to the driving range and practice for a little bit.
No, Nita, no.
No.
Why? Just to hit it. Just practice hitting.
I slice to the
what
left.
About the
I can tell you for
green?
sure. I slice to the left for sure. I slice to all my. When I drive, it slices left. Now that I know for sure. It slices left.
And we have alligators that are on all of our courses. They don't really bother at the on the golf.
If you see Mike Gravel there, tell him I said hi.
Okay.
You know who he is?
The Hall of Famer linebacker, coach of the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah. I had him and Kirk Herbstreit in my van once.
Oh, for real?
Right.
Oh man, yeah.
Nice.
Mike Vrabel pretty much reinvented how linebackers work because he had great hands and he would drop back into a cover 2 position at linebacker, just intercept everything. And now that's kind of the way linebacking works today. And of course, he is the head coach for the Tennessee Titans. He played for the New England Patriots, won 6 championships with the New England Patriots for sure. So yeah,
scored X amount of touchdowns at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's crazy. As a defensive player, for God's sake.
He also went to Walsh Jesuit High School in Akron.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did not know that at all. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And that's kind of one thing that works well because my football knowledge is superb because I'm one of those stats guys. So yeah, that does help too. All right, Sean. Well, thank you. Let's go have some fun and use the restroom. You can play better. You can dominate. Love you, everybody.
Tell Joey Galloway we said hi.
Okay, I sure will. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be there too. Pretty sure. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good one.
Love you more.
Love you more.
Love you more.